Hi friends, I'm Gastro Guru, aka Prashant Shukla, and welcome to Gastro Guru Kitchen. Today, I'm going to make for you pizza Mexican style. So it's going to have a sauce, which is going to have Chipotle and Guajilla peppers, along with tomatoes and garlic. And then we're going to use Chihuahua cheese, Mexican cheese. And then we're going to top it off with onions, tomato, oregano, Mexican oregano, and some jalapenos. So let's get started. All right, so I have the pizza dough over here ready. I made it about a couple of hours back, and we didn't use any yeast. What we did is added some baking soda to it, and so we don't really have to wait for it for a while. It's got water, vegetable oil, salt, baking soda. So now I'm going to roll this whole dough into a rectangle pie. We're going to slap that on top of a skillet. It's more of a griddle, rectangle griddle, and then we're going to put that griddle in the oven. And on top of that, we're going to put all the sauce and the cheese and the toppings. Okay, so let's get started. All right. I'm going to dust the flour and the board with some flour. Dust the dough with that. And then I'm going to make it into a large bowl, like a large ball. Okay. And the reason I dusted the dough with the flour is because I didn't want the dough to stick to the board. So I'm using this chopping block, the back of it, to roll out the rectangle pizza dough. Okay. So first I'm going to kind of make it into a log by my hands, with my hands. So it'll be easier to roll it out. Because, I want it to be like a long log. This way it'll be easier for me to just use the rolling pin and try to roll it out as a rectangle. Typically pizza pies are round, but ours is going to be a rectangle shaped one. Alright. That looks good, that looks good. Alright. So slowly I'm going to stretch it out. Oh boy, slippery. You've got to be careful. See? How it is slippery. Alright, so I have stretched the pizza dough into a rectangle shape, which I had made from about 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So I'm going to lift this slowly, and this is not perfect, but it doesn't need to be. I'm just going to lay it on top of this griddle, the rectangle griddle, and then I'm going to form it into the shape of the pan. So, it's a large pizza. So I'm just going to push that to the edges of the pan, as you can see. And I have sprayed this griddle with olive oil so that the pizza, when it's in the oven, it doesn't stick. So the oven's been preheating at 400 degrees, and we're going to put the sauce and the toppings, and then okay, that looks good. looks pretty good. So the next thing we're going to put on top of the pizza dough is the sauce which I made from Chipotle pepper sauce, which has Chipotle peppers or jalapeno smoked peppers with tomato. And then I added, this is about, I would say, a cup and a half. And then I added homemade Guajilla chilies and garlic sauce. So that's what we are slathering on top of this, because remember, we are going to make a Mexican style pizza, Mexican pizza, not the traditional Italian style. Look at the color of the sauce, when I combine the Chipotle tomato sauce and then my own red chili sauce, Mexican chilies with garlic. This is going to look and taste fantastic. I'm going to make sure that I put the sauce on every part of the dough as much as possible. I just have a little bit, so I'm going to pour that on top. And we're done as far as pouring the sauce. Look at that, how fantastic that's looking already. Alright. The next thing that I'm going to add on top is the shredded Mexican cheese, Chihuahua cheese. So instead of mozzarella, this is going to be Chihuahua cheese, Mexican cheese, which is an awesome cheese, which we typically use in nachos and tacos and quesadillas. And I'm going to be generous with that because I want this pizza to look awesome. So this is, I would say, about 2.5 to 3 cups of shredded cheese. And don't worry, I'll put down all the measurements and ingredients in the recipe in the description box under my YouTube channel, Gastro. Look at that. Alright, so next thing I have here is two sliced tomatoes and 2 sliced onions. So first I'm going to layer the tomatoes on top, and I'm going to alternate them. You can see how pretty this is already looking. Wait till it's all done and you see the pizza come out of the oven. Mexican pizza, you're gonna go crazy. Now I'm gonna add onions. I love building this, pizza, with the toppings and the sauce, and to me somehow it's like very soothing. probably knowing that it's going to taste amazing. And it's okay if it overlaps a little bit, you know, the tomatoes over the, all we are going to do is like cover as much as possible. At this point I'm just filling the gaps. Okay, the rest of it I'm just going to spread it nilly-willy. Tomato. Now tell me, does this not look fantastic? How amazing does this look? Alright. Nothing goes to waste in this thing. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to add is some pickled jalapeno peppers. After all, this is Mexican pizza, so why not? I try to spread it evenly, so whichever way we slice the pizza, there's a bite or piece of jalapeno there. Some of the sauce on top. The next thing I'm going to add some salt on top of the onions and tomato slices. Not too much, but you still need some. Okay. Now finally, I have this Mexican oregano, which is fantastic. It smells awesome. So I'm going to sprinkle that all over. I'm telling you, by the time this pizza comes out, the aromas are going to be intoxicating. It's going to look fantastic. Alright, so finally we are done with the toppings, and now the next step is going to go in the oven, which is already preheated. Oh, and one final step, this is just for my satisfaction, I'm going to drizzle some extra virgin olive oil over it. Alright, now we are all set. So now I'm going to open the oven, and then we are going to slide this rectangle griddle in it. Alright, so our Mexican style pizza is ready, and it's out of the oven, and I'm going to let it rest for about 5 minutes before I slice it. Look at that. How fantastic and delicious this pizza looks. Look at that.